a life cut short. Tupac Shakur's enduring legacy. Tupac Shakur, a name that resonates through the corridors of time, a symbol of raw talent and unfulfilled potential. Even years after his death, the name still carries weight. His influence is felt not just in music, but in the very fabric of popular culture. He wasn't just a rapper, he was a poet, a revolutionary, a voice for the unheard. His words were a lifeline for many, a beacon of hope in a world often filled with despair. His music echoed through a generation, tackling poverty, racism, and injustice. Each lyric was a testament to his experiences, his struggles, and his dreams for a better world. Tupac's lyrics were raw, honest, and powerful, making him a cultural icon. His songs like Changes and Dear Mama continue to resonate, speaking to the human condition in a way few others have. His influence on hip-hop is undeniable, inspiring countless artists and shaping the genre's future. From Kendrick Lamar to J. Cole, many have cited Tupac as a major influence in their work. But just as his star was burning brightest, tragedy struck. The world was left in shock, grappling with the sudden loss of such a monumental figure. On a night in Las Vegas, the world lost an icon. The air was thick with disbelief and sorrow as news of his shooting spread. Tupac Shakur was shot, and the events of that night remain shrouded in mystery. The circumstances surrounding his death have fueled countless theories and speculations. Even now, decades later, questions still linger. Who killed Tupac? Was it a random act of violence or something more sinister? Was it a rival gang, caught in the crossfire of a coastal feud? The East Coast-West Coast rivalry was at its peak, and tensions were high. Or was there something more? A deeper conspiracy that reaches further than anyone imagined? Some believe it was a calculated move, orchestrated by powerful figures behind the scenes. The answers remain elusive, leaving fans and investigators alike grasping for the truth. The mystery of Tupac's death continues to captivate, a puzzle that may never be fully solved. Yet, despite the unanswered questions, Tupac's legacy lives on. His music, his message, and his spirit continue to inspire new generations. He remains a symbol of resilience and defiance, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, one's voice can echo through eternity. Tupac Shakur may be gone, but his impact is everlasting. His story is a testament to the power of art and the enduring strength of the human spirit. As we remember Tupac, we honor not just the artist, but the man who dared to speak his truth, and in doing so, changed the world.
The night was September 7th, 1996. The air hung heavy with the heat of the Nevada desert as Tupac Shakur, fresh from a Mike Tyson fight, cruised down the Las Vegas Strip. He was in a car with Suge Knight, the head of Death Row Records, when a white Cadillac pulled up beside them. Shots rang out, shattering the night. Witnesses described a chaotic scene with people diving for cover as bullets flew. Tupac, struck multiple times, slumped back in his seat. The Cadillac sped off into the night, leaving a trail of unanswered questions in its wake. The rapper was rushed to the hospital, clinging to life. For 6 days, the world held its breath, hoping for a miracle. It wasn't to be. Tupac Shakur, aged just 25, died from his injuries. The news sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond.
Theories about Tupac's murder are as numerous as the stars in the Nevada sky. Each theory, like a star, shines with its own light, casting shadows and raising questions that have intrigued fans and investigators alike for decades. Some believe it was a direct result of the East Coast-West Coast rivalry that plagued hip-hop at the time. This rivalry wasn't just about music. It was a cultural clash that divided fans and artists, creating an atmosphere of tension and hostility. Tupac, a prominent figure in the West Coast scene, had been embroiled in a bitter feud with Notorious B.I.G. and his East Coast associates. This feud was more than just lyrical battles. It involved real-life confrontations and threats, escalating to a point where violence seemed inevitable. Others point to a possible gangland hit, suggesting that Tupac's affiliation with the Bloods gang may have made him a target. His connections to the gang world were well documented, and some argue that his murder was a calculated move within the dangerous game of gang politics. The streets of Compton, where he rose to fame, were rife with gang violence, and some believe this followed him to Las Vegas that night. The environment he came from, was one where life was often cut short by bullets, and his rise to stardom didn't shield him from these harsh realities. Then there are the conspiracy theories. These theories range from the plausible to the outlandish, each adding another layer of mystery to an already complex case. Some believe Tupac faked his own death to escape the pressures of fame or to avoid a prison sentence. They argue that the intense scrutiny and constant danger he faced made disappearing the only viable option for him. They point to supposed clues hidden in his music and the lack of a concrete arrest in the case as evidence. Lyrics that hint at a return, cryptic messages in interviews, and the absence of definitive proof all fuel these theories. The fact that no one has been conclusively charged or convicted in connection with his murder only adds to the speculation. Fans around the world hold on to the hope that Tupac is still alive, interpreting every new piece of information as a sign of his imminent return. This belief has become a part of his enduring legacy, keeping his memory alive in the hearts of many. Whether it's the rivalry, gang connections, or elaborate conspiracies, the theories surrounding Tupac's death continue to captivate and confound. His life and untimely demise remain a subject of fascination, ensuring that his story is far from forgotten. As the sun sets over the Las Vegas Strip, the questions linger, and the search for answers goes on. Tupac's legacy, much like the theories about his death, endures, a testament to his impact on music and culture.
The investigation into Tupac's murder has been plagued by dead ends and conflicting accounts. Detectives have faced numerous challenges, from unreliable witnesses to a lack of concrete evidence. Each lead seems to open up more questions than answers, leaving the case shrouded in mystery. Witnesses have changed their stories multiple times, adding to the confusion and making it difficult to piece together a coherent narrative. Some potential suspects have met untimely ends, either through violence or other mysterious circumstances, further complicating the investigation. The involvement of street gangs and organized crime has further complicated matters, creating a web of suspicion and intrigue. These groups have their own internal conflicts and rivalries, which may have played a role in Tupac's murder. The complex relationships between these factions make it challenging to pinpoint a single motive or perpetrator. One name that frequently arises is Orlando Anderson, a Crip gang member who had been involved in an altercation with Tupac and his entourage at a Las Vegas casino earlier that night. This confrontation was caught on surveillance cameras and has been widely scrutinized. Some believe that this altercation was the catalyst for the subsequent shooting. Some believe the shooting was retaliation for this incident. But Anderson himself was killed in a drive-by shooting 2 years later, taking any answers he had to the grave. His death has only added to the speculation and theories surrounding the case, with some suggesting that his murder was part of a larger conspiracy to silence those involved.
Suge Knight, who was in the car with Tupac when the shooting occurred, has also been the subject of much speculation. As a prominent figure in the music industry and the head of Death Row Records, Knight had both the means and the motive to be involved in the crime. As the head of Death Row Records, Knight was a powerful figure in the music industry and was rumored to have connections to the criminal underworld. His association with various criminal elements has led some to believe that he may have orchestrated the murder for his own gain. However, Knight has always denied any involvement, and no concrete evidence has ever been found to link him directly to the crime. The murder of Tupac Shakur remains one of the most enduring mysteries in the world of music and crime. Despite numerous theories and suspects, the case has never been solved, leaving fans and investigators alike searching for answers. Tupac's legacy continues to influence and inspire, but the question of who was responsible for his death still looms large. As time goes on, the hope for justice in Tupac's case seems to fade, but the impact of his life and music endures. Memorials and tributes to the late rapper can be found around the world, a testament to his lasting influence and the void left by his untimely death. The quest for truth and closure continues, driven by the love and admiration of his fans. Investigators continue to review case files and follow up on new leads, but the passage of time has made it increasingly difficult to uncover new evidence. Archive footage of Tupac's interviews and performances serves as a reminder of his talent and the potential that was lost. The search for answers may never end, but the legacy of Tupac Shakur will live on forever.